Okay, great. Awesome. So, hi there. My name's Sarah. I'm going to be your nursing student today. How are you feeling lately?
Okay, it's going okay.
Okay. How's it going with quitting cigarettes?
It's not good, I'll be honest. I'm still smoking like 5 a day.
Mhm.
It's really frustrating, and I feel like a failure almost, and I'm embarrassed.
Okay. Yeah, it's a hard process. So yeah, if you don't want to keep smoking, what do you think keeps you buying cigarettes and smoking them?
I feel like I use them just to deal with all these feelings I'm having. I mean, I've been so down lately,
Mhm.
and there's so much going on, and it's just I feel like they keep me calm, and that's the only thing that feels like it keeps me calm.
Okay, got it. Do you have any other ways to deal with strong emotions when you have them?
I used to hang out with my girl gang a lot. I used to call one of the girls, but we haven't really been in touch lately. I think I've just been so down, I almost didn't realize, but we haven't been in touch. And I used to call her when I was having frustrating feelings, but lately it's been really hard to.
Got it. Have you seen any of them lately?
No, not since my COPD and cancer diagnosis.
Okay. What do you think's keeping you from spending time with your friends?
I feel embarrassed about my diagnosis. I feel like it's my fault and I'm ashamed almost. And then on top of that, I'm still smoking. And it's just, I just feel really embarrassed and I don't want to see them and because it's embarrassing. And it's like, I feel like they're going to be so ashamed of me. And
Hmm,
I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm just embarrassed and
yeah,
ashamed.
that sounds really hard. Um, what do you think, or what would you think of one of them if they had been diagnosed with like cancer or another illness with a behavioral component? How would you think about it?
I would be there for them.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if it was one of the girls in the gang, I wouldn't judge them, of course. I love them and I would just want to support them and be there for them.
Awesome. Do you think it's possible your friends might feel the same way?
Maybe. I think if maybe, I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
really know.
Yeah, that's a good thing to explore. Out of everyone in the girl gang, who do you miss seeing the most?
I miss Karen. I would call her when I was feeling upset the most, and she always made me laugh. Even when I was having the hardest day ever, she would make me laugh. And I remember there was so many times when I was so just upset, and I'd call her crying after work, and somehow at the end of the phone call, I was laughing. And we
Okay.
used to get together a lot, and they would always laugh, and I'd feel so good afterwards. So definitely Karen.
Okay, cool. Do you want to try and make a goal to call Karen at least once in the next week to reconnect?
I'm really nervous about it and I feel ashamed, but I think after talking right now and realizing how much she means to me, yeah, I think I will.
Nice. That's wonderful. Yeah, having available coping mechanisms is really important when you're trying to change behavior. And it's common for people to turn to bad habits if they have like no other way of meeting, difficult or like strong emotions. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, so let's keep talking about ways we can regulate your emotional experience a little bit more. Yeah, and cope with stress. Yeah, does that sound okay?
Yeah, I am hesitant, but
Okay,
yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like what needs to happen.
right on. How's your dog Sugar doing?
She's so great. We go on these long walks every day for like 3 miles and so great. It just brings me so much joy.
Right
He's
on.
still youthful and running around a lot, and I love being able to take him out.
Very cool. How do you feel when you get back from these walks?
I feel better. Usually the walks are in the afternoon, and after a stressful day or a day where I'm not feeling so good, we go on these walks and it's nice because I have to walk her. And so I have to do it. And so we go on these walks and I get a look at the sky and everything and beautiful city. And I feel way more grounded. I feel calm.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds like sugar is another really great coping mechanism, or going for walks, maybe one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and I know that you have like a kind of like hard work environment where people are smoking and there's no barriers to lighting up. And have you tried nicotine replacement products at all, like patches or lozenges?
I have, but I don't have endless money and they're so expensive. And I've tried them so many times that I'm starting, I just feel like they don't work. And it's just like
Yeah,
nothing works like a cigarette.
totally. Um, do you notice how long your cravings last when you have them?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like I go a whole day just thinking about cigarettes.
Okay. Totally. Interestingly enough, cravings actually only last a few seconds. It's the same with any other feeling or emotion, and then your brain moves on to the next thing. I know it feels like really like very important and very something that needs to happen right now when you're having a craving, but it will only last a few seconds. So just kind of having that insight sometimes can kind of help get through that. And then nicotine replacement therapy is a way of kind of softening the craving, so it's not so overwhelming, and you have a better chance of withstanding it. Do you want to maybe try like patches again?
Yeah, I'm open. I know I need to, and so I'm open to it. I just hate how it feels like I'm spending so much on them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're expensive and it just hurts the bank account, but sometimes it feels like I'm just dumping money into them.
Yeah, totally. I hear what you're saying about the cost of quitting. It's definitely not free. You have to buy like batches, lozenges, and whatever other little toy that's gonna help you get through those cravings. But the amount of money, yeah, think about the amount of money you're going to save on cigarettes and other medications if you do end up quitting. So your COPD will progress less aggressively. Your and yeah, you won't have to buy cigarettes anymore. I hear they're like $10 a pack at this point. So that can be really costly too.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about the medication aspect and how expensive that is compared to the nicotine replacement products. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a try, but what do I do when I have a craving?
Yeah, so having ways to distract yourself is really important when you're trying to change a behavior. Um, so yeah, let's think of some ways to distract yourself, or yeah, some ways to distract yourself are with phones. Yeah, things like news apps or games or social media apps are really helpful to kind of just take your mind off the craving.
Okay, I think I can ask my daughter what her favorite games are. Norman has a lot of games on her phone, so I'll ask.
Awesome. Right on. That's a great idea. So trying to involve other people on your journey to quit smoking is a really great idea. Social support is really important when you're trying to overcome addictive behaviors. It's not only a way to cope with feelings, but having other people involved keeps you accountable, and it kind of just like adds that extra layer of accountability. Um, so that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's hard to just get motivated to quit when I already have COPD, which is incurable. So it feels like I lost the gamble and there's no point. I feel like hopeless about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to change the fact that I have COPD and cancer. I already do. And so it's just really hard.
Yeah, so you're feeling like you're struggling with motivation because being diagnosed with lung disease was the worst possible outcome in your opinion, and that quitting now won't change that. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, even if I quit now, I still have COPD and I still have cancer.
Yeah. So that's true. And you know, COPD isn't reversible, but think about the things that you still have access to currently. Um, so I mean, you have like a certain amount of lung capacity right now that unfortunately is getting damaged by by continuing to smoke. And you know, as the disease progresses, you'll lose less or you'll lose more and more functionality and independence as you go. So you definitely have something to save. There's something to save there, and um, yeah, just think about your quality of life and how you want the future to look.
Right. I keep forgetting that this disease can get worse than it already is. It's so depressing.
Yeah, yeah. You've mentioned feeling hopeless a couple times. Do you think your depression is well controlled on the medication you're taking?
I don't really know. I feel like I felt down in the dumps now for, I can't even remember. Like, I don't think I remember what it feels like to not be depressed anymore. And it's almost like this is just how I am.
Yeah, yeah. How about we make another goal of making a psychiatric appointment this next week?
I'll do it, but I'm not very hopeful because, I mean, like I said, I don't even remember what it's like to not be depressed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that might be the depression talking a little bit. It can make daily functioning really hard. And it sounds like you've been struggling to do things that you used to enjoy, like socializing with your friends or spending time with your daughter. So let's see if we can get you back into the things you love. But first, you have to get meds straightened out.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I'll make the appointment.
Awesome. So yeah, we'll check back in next week to see how things went. And as far as smoking this week, how about you commit to just wearing a patch every day, even if you don't feel like they work?
Okay, I think I have just about the right amount left to do that for a week. So
Cool.
I'll try
Okay,
that. Yeah.
right on. So we have three goals this week. So we're going to call Karen and see how she's doing. We're going to call the psychiatrist and make an appointment. And we're going to wear a 14 milligram patch every day. Does that sound doable?
Yep. I'll do my best.
Awesome. Okay, looking forward to seeing you then.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.
Okay, great.
Dude, my freaking wait.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that that went really good. I think the goals were super helpful. That is exactly what she needs is just some like direct goals that she can work towards.
Hmm.
Since she's so kind of in her own head about everything, I think that it was
Yeah.
really helpful to just lay it out.
Yeah.
I think the way that you went for different aspects of her life, like her dog and her friend group, not just the smoking, is really great because you
Mm.
do need other factors to stop addictive behaviors. You need like
Totally.
other influences in your life. I
Mhm.
have to stop. One of the cats is literally choking. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So give me like 1 second.
Okay.
Are you okay, Katie?
Keep going.
Okay.
This is like supposed to be, I think, more informal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you did really good. You were really calm. And like I said, including all the different factors was great because she isn't going to be able to walk sugar if she doesn't stop. And
Right.
when you mentioned the quality of life, that was also really great because I think with the COPD and the lung cancer, she's feeling so like there's no point,
Hmm.
but reminding her that there is a point. Like you might not
Totally.
be able to walk sugar and you might not be able to have this quality of life that you have right now. That was really good. That was really motivating on my
Nice.
end. And it was a good reminder that like there is a point.
Yeah.
There are things to look forward to.
Always a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same with when you mentioned, because, I brought up, oh, well, it's so expensive to buy replacements.
Hmm.
And you mentioned the cost of cigarettes, but also the cost of treatments, which is
Yeah.
something I even didn't think about, is that it's expensive to
It's
like
expensive.
have exasperation with COPD and have to go to the doctor, and it's
Yeah.
expensive for treatments and
Yeah.
nebulizers and
Yeah.
inhalers. And kind of reminding her of that is really good because it's realistic, and I don't think a lot of people think about that.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
This is costing you more than just like the cost of cigarettes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, you remained really calm,
Well,
very direct, which I liked a lot because I think with her feeling so hopeless and depressed, she kind of needs someone
yeah,
in healthcare to just be like, these are your goals. This is what we're working towards. You need to do it. Here's why you need to do it. You were very direct, but in a therapeutic way. It
that's
wasn't like
good.
harsh, but it was clear.
Cool. Thank you.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like watching it back and I was like, I'm a little flat.
No, I think that's what she needs
Yeah.
because she needs to stop smoking. I mean,
Yeah,
realistically, for her
totally.
quality of life, she does. And you kind of reminded her of that. So
Yes.
that was great. The goals, I
Cool.
can't even emphasize. I thought that was a really great thing to add in with
Thank
her
you.
mental state.
Yeah,
Having goals to look forward to is just
that's
something
so
that's
cool.
attainable. It's almost like a SMART goal.
Yeah, totally. I was trying to use the SMART goal format as much as possible.
Yeah,
I think, yeah. So
like
thank you.
attainable, specific,
Yeah,
realistic. They were all great.
time bound. Yeah,
Hmm.
very cool.
Yeah. And they all tied into the main thing, which was stop smoking
Hmm.
without being like, you weren't like, you need to stop smoking or you're going to get
I
worse. But you were
know.
kind of like,
Dirty smoker.
you need to stop because, let's work towards that because you want to walk sugar. And let's work towards calling your friend because it's good to have social input. And let's ask your daughter for games. And they were all just great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
very cool.
Yeah. Very
Awesome. Well, thank
motivational.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
great.
And then let's do